Hey, Mike, what's going on?
Okay, trustees, we are live. We are recording. Phone lines are open. Go for it.
Okay, I'd like to welcome everybody to the regular
You all right?
meeting of the
Good morning to you.
East Hampton Town Trustees for September 8th, 2023, and I'd like to open with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Arlene, can you do roll call, please?
John Wolford.
Here.
Francis Bob.
Here.
David Cataletto. Ben Dollinger.
Here.
Kim Garneau. Jim Grimes.
Yes.
Susan McGraw-Keever.
Here.
Mike Martinson.
Here.
And Bill Taylor.
Here.
Thank you.
Okay, move on to public comment.
Jane.
Matt, is there anybody on the phone lines?
You have 0 callers. Thank you.
Okay. So, we have Jean Baring?
Jane Murin.
Jane Baring. Okay, East Hampton Litter Committee.
Thank you.
What's that saying? You can call me anything you want, but don't call me late for dinner. So I'm Jane Meering, and good evening, trustees. I'm glad to be at the new special Friday night happy hour version of the trustees. I see you're shaking things up. I am one of the 7 members of the East Hampton Town Litter Action Committee. Just a quick review, we were formed by a resolution of the town board last year. The 7 of us represent all the hamlets across beautiful East Hampton. Our goal is to work towards a litter-free East Hampton, not just by building awareness, but also by planning and taking a lot of actions to address this difficult problem in order to protect the natural resources, quality of life, and beauty of East Hampton Town. A couple other members of this committee came before you, I believe, in the spring, in the first half of the year, to promote our, quote, no fling spring month of actions and activities. And we thank you again, trustees, because you participated in that with us, and you have been and continue to engage with our other actions. So tonight, I'm just here to promote another special event coming up to build as much awareness as possible. It's known as the National Cleanup Day. This is a global event that was conceived as an initiative of a not-for-profit group called Clean Trails, dedicated to keeping the outdoors clean. There's a website they have, nationalcleanupday.org, if anyone wants more information. Actually, National Cleanup Day is the 3rd Saturday of September every year. So this year it's next weekend, Saturday, September 16th. Our East Hampton Town Board just yesterday passed a resolution declaring the 3rd Saturday of September to be National Cleanup Day here in East Hampton every year going forward. The tagline of the national event is, quote, "What if every person picked up one piece of litter," to which we would add, it would be great if everyone picked up one piece of litter every day. There's research that litter along our roads, beaches, trails begets more litter because it sets a norm and it doesn't create a taboo against it. On the flip side, research indicates the highest indicator if someone will pick up litter when they see it is having witnessed someone else pick it up. So for this year, for this event, under the Litter Action Committee umbrella, we have 12 local community organizations who have signed up to participate with us with organized cleanup events. There will be at least one in each hamlet. Special thank you to trustees and trustee McGraw-Keever, who will, I believe, lead the event at Lazy Point. I will be there and against it. But beyond these 12 organized events, I just want to wrap up and talk to you and the community about other ways to participate. So we're calling on all, in addition to being part of these events, anyone else can contact us if they want to sponsor an event. It's not too late. We're also calling on every adopter in the town, Adopt a Road program, and the state along 27 adopt a highway program to get out there and do a special cleanup that way. We're encouraging any homeowners association, blocks, neighborhoods, businesses just to look around that day and do some cleanup. If anyone wants to organize, they can get in touch with us. We can help with supplies and things like that and waivers. And then finally, we do hope that everyone, every citizen, every visitor that day will look around them and, pick something up. So we have an Instagram account, Don't Trash East Hampton. And we also have an email, ehliteraction@gmail.com if anyone wants to contact us. So thank you. And if you have any questions about more things that we're doing, we're always happy to answer. And by the way, you're out all the time, on our beautiful roads and beaches. If you see particular hotspots that you notice, please come to us and we'll make sure that we get on it and, try and do things to preempt it being a hotspot in the future. Yes.
Question over here. Just a thought.
Yes.
I like the way you mentioned adopt the roads, adopt the highway.
Mhm.
How about adopt a tide line?
Oh, interesting.
There
Okay.
could be some interest in somebody adopting a tide line to take care of.
Right.
That's a
Section
good
of-
idea.
I mean, are you saying the trustees would be willing to manage that, or is that something that maybe
Just a
we
thought
could
that came
do?
to my mind, just something that.
Okay, yeah, because obviously like Adopt a Highway is run by the state DOT, and then the Adopt a Road is the product of the town highway department. We, as a committee, are trying to actually get more engaged with those. We don't want to take their jurisdiction away, but we think we can be really helpful, pushing and making it more effective. But I will definitely take that back to the committee. If you want me
The
to.
beach cleanups, often the tide will bring in the garbage from the ocean, so that's a very good suggestion, Mike. I want to just mention, because I have the list here, that in addition to Lazy Point Association members doing this with us,
Right.
and anybody here who wants to join in, please do, but I picked Lazy Point because Emma Genzit was missing from the list.
Thank you,
But
yes.
there will be Wainscott.
Mhm.
There's a list. I've posted it to our trustee
Thank you, I saw that, yeah.
website, a list of all these
The 12 of
optional-
them, right,
Yes,
yeah.
locations. So there's Wainscott, East Hampton itself, Springs, various different areas there, APC, Acabonic Protection Committee, Barnes Landing, at Lazy Point, and then Montauk. There are several places there. So this list is on our website, and it's also on our trustee website, Facebook page and Twitter page. So
Great, thank you,
see,
yes.
and the person to contact is there, the email, so.
Right,
See you.
for those 12, thank you. There's a contact information, so if anyone wants to, they don't have to sign up, but get in touch, and there's a meeting place and a time, so people will know. I also posted that on our Litter Action Committee, Don't Trash East Hampton page. There was another, you were gonna say something?
Yeah, I have a question. So if somebody sponsors an adopt something, like the state highways or the town roads, what does that mean? What do they do?
So we actually had a conference call with the folks at the state DOT, we asked Fred Thiel to connect us because, for instance, 27 is very challenging when litter, and we wanted to know more. So for them, what happens is the people, and mostly Adopt a Highway on 27 is companies they want to sponsor. So their responsibility is not to pick up themselves, but there are 3 or 4 trash picker-upper contracting companies that they must contract with. And I think they have to do one pickup at least once a quarter. So the adopter is supposed to have the responsibility of ensuring those were done, paying for them, and monitoring them. We are actually now in a position we're about to the state has given us permission to reach out to make sure that they're actually doing what they're supposed to be. On the town side, on the highway, on Adopt a Road, that's more that, people sign up and it's more personal, like it's more individuals and maybe a local business, but people are expected to get out on a regular basis.
But what does the town do, or the highway department? They're the sponsors, right?
Correct. They're supposed to be monitoring the accountability of those, that people are doing what they say they're doing. I think, our role, we can't quote, we would never try to take away the highway department's jurisdiction, but we're just trying to work to see that the people who have roads adopted actually still live here or are still living, or, and are doing it, and to help make sure. So the highway department is supposed to ensure the accountability that it's being done. And so I hate to use the word audit, but we would like to engage more directly.
I think it's about expressing information, education, making people aware of, help out, this is your community, let's all, let's pitch in. And I would like to say on the Lazy Point, I think I've emailed you all, but I'm not sure. But at Lazy Point Association, they really are going to be wonderful. We'll meet at the boat ramp, 9 a.m. on September 16th. So anybody here who wants to join me, I will be there. And
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm happy to talk more offline about, how we're engaging with the state and the town highway department. But, like we have had a conversation with the state saying, well, there's supposed to be cleanups every 2 months or something like that. But our observation, because we as a committee, we're out all the time, looking and seeing, and the road, 27 does not appear to have been picked up very much at all. So, just trying to work through the web and, be productive and creative and, some accountability. Anything else?
Quick question.
Yes.
Have you guys looked into the smart, garbage compactor trash bins?
The bins, I mean, they've come up, we've talked about different types of cans, that we've seen it, like we look at what other.
we had this conversation.
Briefly. So they're expensive, but you said you talked to the state, is there a grant possibly available if they're on?
Gosh, I don't know. We haven't explored that. I mean, we can.
They're popping up in a lot of cities.
Yeah, so we've actually gotten we've seen some documentation, we'll always raise things that we see.
Yeah.
I was in New Haven in June, and I saw, they had some pretty, good looking trash, receptacles that were, anyway, but obviously but I will look into if there are grants and if there's an interest in changing out. Is that something you'd want to do at the beach, see done at the beaches, for instance? I mean.
It could be an issue if they get full and people just leave stuff everywhere, but I don't know. Maybe it's just an alternative.
Right. I mean, we've had discussions about, maybe the beaches should have no cans and, try a pack in, pack out. That's.
We've had those discussions.
Right. You've had it. We've had it. A lot of people have had it. I mean, I just want to say, we've done pickups, sponsored by other people on the beaches. And I think our beaches are in beautiful shape because so many people do pay attention. Lots of organizations, the trustees. And I think, we did that cleanup for litter action, right, in May at Atlantic. David
We had about
Cataletto.
7 to 10 bags,
I mean,
if I remember correctly.
So maybe I was behind you, but Rich Silver, who's also in the committee, and I walked.
Oh, right.
We walked over a mile on the beach, and we were laughing because we had the baskets and we picked up 2 pieces of litter. So I guess you guys were out ahead of us, but anyway.
Well, it depends. And I get a lot of the balloon pictures. There are a lot of people now that are really aware about the balloons and picking them up. And so it's a never ending job.
Right.
You just have to keep awareness going and especially the kids, the school children are really interested in keeping our beaches clean. And Surfrider, I mean, everybody has, is out there.
Right. But the beaches get a ton of attention, right? Which is wonderful. Thanks to you, thanks to all these groups. The roadsides are very, very, problematic. And we have, as a lot of trade, especially in the winter, right? And their loads are uncovered and things fly off and there is, you can tell, in the winter, things are just lit, tossed, and it's a hard thing to enforce. Very rarely are the police at a place in a moment where someone's, tossing a 7-Eleven cup out the window. So, we have work to do with the, trades to ask them to educate their employees. We have work to do with homeowners who don't keep their, what do you call it? The big receptacles, not just their cans, but when someone's having work done on their property, we have a town code that says everything must be covered at the end of the workday. And you see them, they're overfilled, they're not covered, they blow away the animals. So, there's a lot of ways for us that we're working to tackle it. But
Well,
anyway,
thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
I'll see you at Lazy
I'll see you soon.
Okay, Matt, do we have any callers?
You have 0 callers. Thank you.
Okay. See, we don't have anything for new business. We'll move on to old business. Nicholas Cooper, Jocelyn Garcia, and Bob Tiemann of South Fork Sea Farmers request one-year renewals for trustee permits A-2-2022 and A-3203. Motion to.
I'll second it.
You want to discuss it at all?
They were in last, I think they were in
No, I know,
last meeting.
I know.
I think it's pretty much all.
Allison, you want to just give the reason for that, just so everybody understands?
Sure, there was after last meeting, when you all approved their relocations, I got ready to write the permit, realized their permit expired in October, asked Bob Tiemann what their plan was, and they decided to request this renewal now so that the permits could just all be written together, the renewal and the relocation.
So Jim made a motion, I seconded it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
They still need to just get through the EC.
Yeah, that's the way to put it.
Yeah.
Probably should.
We sent
We sent a letter.
largest clam contest updates.
Okay, this will be real quick. I'm really excited about it.
Start my stopwatch. 1 minute, 30 seconds.
Very excited about it. All right. Well, you know what? We're all working as a committee and doing really well. September 24th, it's a Sunday from 12 to noon. And Ben Dollinger, my partner over here, Allison, has been terrific. Arlene and David Cataletto, who is not here this evening, we have been working really hard. And I want to say September 20th, 3 prizes each for our winning baskets. And please deliver those to us so we can get the baskets done. But everything's under control. And that's the end of that. How about that?
27 seconds.
Okay, I have 2 more seconds to 30.
But you said from 12 to noon, so.
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Thank you so much, Mike. 12 to 3. You made me nervous about that. So it's noon to 3. All right. And you're going to be there this year, everybody? We're assigning jobs.
Okay.
So if you have,
I plan to be there for the.
okay, great. All right. If you have any particular thing you'd like to do that day, please let us know.
Just remember,
Okay.
it's at the life saving station, not the trustee office.
Oh, yes, yes. It was on the Amagansett Life Saving Station on Atlantic Avenue.
I have a question. You're going to have students there who are
Yes.
going to help out and get community service?
Yes.
But not,
Do you have an age cutoff for that?
We are thinking of our seniors from last year. Allison has already reached out to some seniors. and
Seniors from
less-
last year shouldn't be around.
We had seniors last year who were helping. They get
Right.
community credit for their college, so
Okay.
Allison is reaching out to seniors so that they will have their, sorry?
current.
Current seniors.
Current seniors. See, I'm being rushed so
Was
quick.
that the cutoff?
You want
High
there to
school
be,
seniors?
what
High
age were you thinking?
I don't know.
But we don't want
Just
too many,
asking. Is there-
I have to say,
is
we
there-
had so many last year, it was too many.
Too many.
And this time, we'll all be meeting at
So-
7:30
so
a.m.
I think you should decide how many.
We did.
Yeah, we talked.
We're not
about
talking about all the details here right now.
Okay.
We're trying to keep it short and sweet,
Okay.
okay?
The budget.
No, we have it. What? Yes, we have about 6. That's
Okay.
it. But we're
Great.
not discussing all the details. We're saving that for the actual event.
Okay.
Details. We're going to discuss the details at the event.
that. We've had
We've
many
been
meetings.
meeting, we've been meeting.
Every day, John.
We're on emails constantly, back and forth.
There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff
Yes, he's aged 10 years.
happening.
Thank you for your questions.
Thank you.
It's gonna be a good event.
It's going to be great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
Mosquito larvae survey, end of season sampling and resulting treatments.
Mosquito pictures.
I can head up right now.
So, yeah, this season is over now. I mean, we're not doing any more surveys. We went out in the new and full moons this year, so every 2 weeks, basically. But Tom Iwaneko at Vector Control sent some pictures, some maps of the various spots that were sampled. And That first one, it represents all the spots that were sampled since the beginning of this program in 2018, 19, around Accabonac Harbor.
I was going to say, I think that can't possibly be all this summer, so that's good to know.
Yeah, still a lot.
Last 5 years or so. We circled the harbor, basically the west and the south sides, so no harbor, not so much on the peninsulas to the east. The next picture down represents,
The 2023 locations?
this is all the 2023 sampled spots. And the next down represents the 2023
Positive mosquito.
positive mosquito. So this is where mosquito larvae were found in any significant numbers. You see the drop from all of the places sampled to where mosquitoes were actually found in any significant numbers at all. And then the next picture represents, shows the hot spots, the areas that high counts of larvae were found. I think that's the last one.
Wow. I missed doing it this year with you, I have to say.
Missed you, Susan.
I'm sorry. If you need a volunteer, you can ask me next year.
It's out of my range 3.
This is the hotspots from the beginning of the program through 2023.
Okay, this is the hotspots found in all 5 years. So if you can go back, look at this one and then go back to the previous one, you'll see they're pretty much the same. So we're finding, hotspots in pretty much the same places. And then the other picture, it's too bad. So now he sent another map of the treatment areas that the county had treated with larvicide previously, which basically blocked over the whole western side of Accabonac. There it is. It's up. So you'll see the outer perimeter. It represents where the county was treating prior to our sampling. And then the yellow colored in blocks inside the outline perimeter, basically where they were able to limit the treatments to after the sampling started to yield results. So you'll see it really limited the amount of treated areas that had to be, treatment had to be applied to only the areas that high counts of larvae were found.
Which I have to say, when this project first started, you and I started this with the county, it used to be sprayed everywhere, the pesticide. And then it got to be targeted because of what we had done by targeting and finding out exactly where the mosquito larvae was growing. So it's been a wonderful project for the people who live at Accabonac, and also a great example of what could be done elsewhere on the island in the same situations of estuaries and salt marshes. So it's been a wonderful, terrific project for ridding, and they're pellets, not spray. They target. When the helicopter goes over, they know exactly where you were when you found, because it's recorded, where you found the larvae. So I wanted to just say that publicly for people to know. This project was really a wonderful thing. It continues to be so. So I'll volunteer next summer.
Hopefully the grant that Nature Conservancy is working through, and the smart teams from Rhode Island and Maine, Hampshire, that are designing the proposed work to take place in the marsh will result ultimately in the ability to treat, not treat, I shouldn't use that word, but work with the areas that are the areas of highest larval concentrations and eliminate the conditions there or modify the conditions in those areas so that they won't be so conducive to mosquito breeding. That work's going on, and hopefully that work can begin next summer. Ultimately, if successful, will eliminate the need to go out there and count larvae and spray.
I think it's interesting that it was every 2 weeks this year, as opposed to every week. We used to do it on Mondays.
Well, part of that is, the limit of people that we had to work on it this year, and the fact that, as you saw with the maps, the hotspots were pretty well defined. It's really more a matter this year of determining whether breeding had taken place in high enough numbers to warrant treatment or not warrant treatment. And actually, I should say that treatment was skipped in many cases this summer. So of all those moon tides that we checked through the summer every 2 weeks, I think only about half of the weeks following the checks were actually subject to treatment.
Yeah, but prior to this program, they would have just automatically sprayed every week.
That's right.
Yes, I mean, there's a lot of value in this program.
And people have said, and people who live around the harbor were saying that the eagle came back one year, the osprey were coming back to their nests, there was certain native growth that was happening in the salt marsh, and the insects were there. There were a lot of dragonflies were there that hadn't been there before. It was barren, and I noticed huge change in the salt marsh. So neonicotinoids.
That's great. Weren't sprayed though.
No, but I have another thing coming up with neonicotinoids.
Okay.
That's okay.
All right, so I guess moving on to announcements. I gotta be honest, I don't know what this first one is about.
We don't have, you know what, I sent it to everybody. I was just amazed at something that appeared in the East Hampton Star about water quality, and with all the work that we do, the town itself.
Was it a letter to the editor?
Yes.
Yeah, we
So
shouldn't
let's
be
forget that.
responding to those things.
I just want you to.
Especially in-
We do have so many water quality programs going on in the community.
Change Hampton Garden Tour.
Yes, I added this to our website because there are several. This September 10th at 11 a.m., we have had changehampton.org come and speak to us about pollinating gardens, and they wanted to know if we would let them install one at our office. But instead, we're not doing that. We use our front lawn, but they're having a tour of the various different native pollinator gardens at East Hampton Town, the bioswales, and there's a tour. So it's to help educate people about native plants and so forth. So I just wanted to bring that up and let people know.
When is that?
It is September 10th at 11 a.m. and it will meet, it's on our website. I believe they are starting at the town hall, and
It's gonna be busy tomorrow.
yeah,
The parade and.
I know, so much going on. Okay, so that's that. I just wanted to bring that to your attention. It is on our website and social media. Key environmental legislation, I'm very excited about this because this is also on our website. Signature ways for signing by the governor, Governor Hochul. And one of the things on here that, I wanted to just bring to our attention is that one of these is the birds and bees protection. And 2 years ago, I did craft a letter and we sent it to the trustee board to ban pesticide use and neonicotinoids that devastate our bees and our birds and pollinators. So it passed in the Senate this year, and I'm waiting of the 6th that I wanted to bring it to our attention. And hopefully she will sign that because we need to protect our birds and bees and pollinators. So that's that. And seating event with John Barley done. John, are you going to come?
This year?
Okay, I signed up to go. If you would like to join the board, members of our board, that's going to be a paddle seating event with South Road School. And that will meet Friday, the 15th. That's next Friday.
Southold School?
Yeah, Southold School. Yep. It will meet next Friday, the 15th at 9:30 a.m. or so, he wrote. So we'll go out to 3 Mile Harbor, and it's a great thing to do. John and I have done it in the past over the years, and David joined us last year. But we have the school children, and we load up cartons of seedling, and they go and distribute it on their paddle boards, and it's a fun event.
Meet at Ken Road?
It's
At Vanderveer's Marina. It's Paddle Diva supplies the paddle boards and
I can't think of the name of the road. It's right there at the,
Yard Lane,
Yard Lane, thank you. Yes,
the head of the harbor.
so the 15th at 9:30. And that's it.
Okay.
Those are my reports.
Administrative payment of the bills. We have one bill from the East Hampton Marina, $139.55 for fuel. A motion to pay the bill.
I'll second it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Minutes of August 14th. Anybody have a chance to look at them?
I'll make a motion. Jim did.
Yeah, we have a motion.
You make a motion, I'll second it, so.
All in favor? All in favor?
Oh, aye.
Financials, I don't see financials in here. Does anyone else see them?
I think we approved everything up to, I think you've seen all this year.
Okay. And night class bank statement. You guys look at that?
Yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, you just got it.
Yeah.
No, but I've been getting them at the end of every month.
I'm happy.
So I don't know if anybody looks at them.
Scholarship.
I mean, it really shows the power of the daily
Interest compound.
compound, yeah.
You know,
Whether the dividend
before we were
reinvestment.
getting nothing, and
Yeah. And they're just going up.
Yes.
Yeah, it's great.
I mean, yeah, yours almost covers your
the scholarship fund
scholarship
got
already.
$2,000 for it.
I'm happy. I'm very happy. Help our kids.
So keep it in mind when the next CD comes up.
Definitely. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hope the
Anybody
interest
have
rates
anything
stay
else?
where they are.
Anybody?
It's nice to see everybody after
Make a
almost
motion
over a
to
year.
close the meeting.
I'm happy to see everybody live and in
We're
person.
happy to see you.
Are you trying to getting around?
Yes, I drive. Be careful.
We'll take that as a public warning, right?
Yes, I want everyone to know that. No, I'm back. I'm back.
A motion?
I'll make a motion. I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everybody.